I'm going to tell you the must-have items that every player should aspire to own and have in their bank stashes, their chests, their islands, and have the ability to use and use well. That's right, these are must-have items every player should have. Number 1 is the Bear Paws. This is by far the best dismount PvP weapon in the entire game. At low specs, at high specs, this thing will get you kills. You can kill transporters. If you use high enough item power, you can solo transporters. This thing has high mobility, it's super fun to play, and it's just easy mode zug PvP. You don't have to time, iframes or do any kind of technical mumbo jumbo. You just smash your keyboard and win fights. Number 2 is a really simple choice. It's the Spiked Gauntlets. These they let you insta-kill open world mobs once you have high enough item power, which is really easy to achieve. I think like 5.3 lets you do that. If you're gathering mobs, these things let you one-shot them so that you can harvest them much faster. All of my gatherers use the Spiked Gauntlets. For open world mob farming, this is the best weapon in the game, and there's just nothing better for open world mob farms, of course. It's just a must-have. Everyone should eventually max these out. Coming in at number 3, the Shadowcaller. This weapon allows you to solo group dungeons. It lets you solo static mobs. It is amazing. This thing is so powerful. It lets you solo faction outposts, even in the Black Zone. This is the most expensive weapon in the game, so just having one is a status symbol. Number 4, the Druidic Staff. This thing lets you solo group dungeon bosses. Not all of them, but most of them. You can also solo static bosses. This thing has insane 1v1 potential. It is possibly the most frustrating weapon to fight in 1v1 in the entire game for good reason. It is also possibly the biggest self-burst heal in the game. Here at number 5 is the Mistcaller. This thing reduces your cooldowns, which is always useful in all situations. That means if you have a 1-minute ability that is on cooldown, with this bad boy equipped, it is now only 39 seconds. That's insane. Number 6 is the Cryptcandle. This is the biggest damage steroid boost in the entire game. It is also one of the more expensive, it's possibly the most expensive offhand in the game, I believe. So it's also a status symbol. You have this in the Shadowcaller, you are a beast of a person. This thing is mandatory for serious skinning. It's PvE viable, PvP viable. It is used everywhere in the game. Number 7, the Hellion Jacket. It is the number 1 jacket for soloing group dungeons safely and statics. It is insane PvP for outplay potential. Essentially, you can bait someone into attacking you at low HP, walk into a group of mobs, turn this bad boy on, and suddenly you're fully healed and then they're dead. This is the safest possible armor in the entire game, and it is also one of the most stable armors to craft, if you're into that. Number 8 is the Thetford Cape. Now, this thing has a low cooldown of 15 seconds, high damage, hits 4 targets. It is always useful in all situations. Every player should have themselves a nice, high-quality, high-tier, enchanted Thetford Cape. Coming in at number 9, the Grizzly Bear is one of the tankier mounts of the game. It is very speedy when it counts because it has a passive that increases your move speed by 80% when it takes damage, and it has a high carry capacity. This thing allows you to carry over 2,000 kilograms in gathering, transporting, what have you. Every single player should own a Grizzly Bear. Number 10 is the Husky, the fastest mount in the game. If you want to save time on your travels, this is the absolute best mount that there is for that. It's relatively cheap, easy to get. Now, the East servers do not get this mount until December. They've got some time until then, unfortunately, but there is no mount in the game faster than the Husky. Number 11, the Roast Pork food item. This is PvE and PvP viable. This is mandatory if you are soloing group content. That means faction outposts, group dungeons, static dungeons, the like. You absolutely have to have lifesteal or you are unable to do that content at all. Number 12, the Avalonian Gathering Tools in the game massively speed up how fast you can level gathering, which is one of the most painstaking things about this game. It also massively increases your earnings. For instance, the Tier 8 Avalonian Skinning Knife gives me a gathering yield bonus of 20%. That means for every 5 animals that I skin, I get 1 additional animal for free. The pork pie is a similar item that only gives you 15% gathering yield, and this is a consumable. This Avalonian Skinning Knife 20% additional gather yield is always on and forever. It is absolutely worth every penny. Number 13 is journals. All journals, every journal. Journals are free money. You're already going to go out and pick the cotton. You might as well bring some cropper journals with you so that you receive even more cotton for your work. And if you don't have laborers because you might be a new player or you don't want to invest in guild islands, which I understand, then you can still sell the journal for more than the empty journal is worth for most journals, meaning that you just earn additional money for doing something that you're already going to be doing anyway. The reason journals profit so much is because people are lazy and they are uninformed. That's what you can say about the majority of things in this game. People don't do certain things because they simply don't know that they could be doing them. Number 14 are laborers. These are also free money. If you get bored of a laborer, you can always just sell them on the market. Not having laborers means you are earning less money than people that do have laborers, and that should sting. Let that set in. Number 15. Gold. Gold is something that every player should have and every player should hoard up. I have 41.2 thousand here, and the reason why is that every time there's a major game announcement or update, guess what goes up in price? The price of premium, because everyone comes back to the game, everyone wants to play the game for another month, and so they all buy premium, and then the price just goes up and up and up and up and up forever. So the sooner that you start buying gold, the sooner that you will start making more money. For instance, right now, 41.250, how much is that worth? 41.250 will get me almost 200 million silver, right? Now, if premium goes up by 1 million silver, then that's another 18 to 20 additional million silver that I will receive by holding on to this amount of gold and selling it later. And finally, Sweet 16, friends. The most valuable of all things in Albion Online are the friends that you've made along the way, because at the end of the day, when Albion Online dies, when it shuts down, when the servers flop over and just explode, the only thing that you get to take with you are the friends that you made along the way. With that said, I'm Swole Benji. Thanks for watching. As always, be a bro and stay swole. If you want to be my friend, you can join the Discord. There's a link in the description. Click the join button if you want to give me some of your money. $5 a month gets you access to private, more personal videos. And with that said, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss the next video. On the right side of your screen, there is a video that you should absolutely click. If you click it, you'll have amazingly good luck for the next month.